It's your boy, one physical therapist assistant. Another day chock full of lessons. Chock full of lessons. I say chock full because I had a patient who said that to me. It was chock full of something. I said chock full. Oh man, y'all, hope y'all doing all right. Your boy is tired, man. I'm tired. Oh man, I am tired. Hope y'all all right. I hope y'all doing okay today. We're gonna talk about thugs today, y'all. Any thugs out there? Is that people still use that word thugs? I don't know what you call them nowadays. Street guys, gangsters, thugs. Any thugs out there? Y'all know any? You know any thugs? Let me tell y'all something interesting about thugs today. Oh man, but first, I had a person who is thinking about moving into assisted living, right? I know assisted living, pay a lot of money for a cottage or a place to live, an apartment or a cottage, and you have a nurse on staff, you have aides on staff to help you if you need it, but it is extremely expensive. I had somebody who I met said they are going to pay very shortly. They are going to be paying $11,000 to $13,000 a month for, I think it's independent living. Don't quote me. Either independent living or assisted living. That's a lot, yo. $13,000 a month. They said it's tiers. It depends on how much level. It depends on the level of assistance you need. I said, man, that is a lot at that point, man. $13,000 a month. There's places on this planet Earth where $13,000 a month is absolute luxury. And assisted livings and independent livings are not absolute luxury. They're not. I've worked at them. Not absolute luxury. Oh man. But anyway, y'all. Oh, yo, look, check this out. I made a video about invested not too long ago. I had a guy who worked for John Deere. And so I did a little bit of digging into the stock because, like I said, that's a nice looking stock chart. So I did a little bit of research. And I remember in the video, I said that the company was started in the 1800s. That is true. It started in the 1800s. However, it didn't start becoming publicly traded until 1972. Stay with me on this, y'all. 1972 is when it began being publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. Do you know what that stock was hitting for in 1972 when it first debuted, when it first IPO'd? 60 cents per share. 60 cents per share, 1972. Now, I wasn't alive in 1972. I was born in 1980, but some of you probably were. And I know your parents were. From 1972 at 60 cents per share till today, I think it's at $520 a share for this blue chip company that basically built farm equipment and lawnmowers. You feel me? That is a nice increase. However, I dug a little bit deeper. It's also gone through a lot of stock splits. I don't know how many, maybe 5 or 6 stock splits. That's when the numbers run up so much, the stock price goes up so much, they do a split, which means they might give you a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1, meaning they'll split it. Let's say it costs, $300. They'll split it into 3 shares and each share will be $100. They did a 3-for-1 stock split. I think I got my math right on that. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But sometimes they do that to lower the price for retail investors like you and me, to make the stock more attractive for you and me to buy. Now, I asked artificial intelligence. I just threw an equation at it. Well, how much would a person have if they just invested $100 when it IPO'd in 1972 at 60 cents per share? If you just put $100 in, bought $100 worth of John Deere stock at 60 cents per share, how much would you have today in 2025? All right. 1972, 60 cents per share. You put $100 towards John Deere stock and just held it, set it and forget it. However, you reinvested your dividends. Remember that John Deere is a dividend-paying company, so you just reinvested your dividends. When John Deere paid you a little dividend check, you took that check and you said, no, John Deere, keep it. Buy me a little bit more of your stock with that dividend payment. So you reinvested dividends over all that time, all that compounding, all that growth. You know what artificial intelligence told me how much you would have? I cross-referenced through two different artificial intelligences, okay? It told me just from $100 in 1972, you would have between $850 to $950,000 just by investing in this one particular company and letting it just sit, compound, and grow. That is amazing. That is amazing, y'all. You feel me? So if you don't believe in long-term investing, man, please do a little research on it. Please do a little research on it. $100, and that's just 100. It would have mattered if you would have threw $500 into it in 1972. I mean, 1972, $500 for the average person, probably a lot of money. But, you know, over time, probably could have had that much with a little bit of saving. So invest, y'all, for a long period of time. Invest for a long period of time. Okay? Let your money work for you and continually grow. Let your companies continually grow and make more money and split their stock prices, and you just sit back and let them work. Let them cook. ain't that's what they say nowadays? Let them cook. Let your investments cook, y'all. Oh, man. But anyway, y'all, today, y'all, I'm going to talk to you about thugs. Thugs. I don't know what it is about me. I think I'm a cool guy. I really think I'm a cool guy. I don't think I'm your average therapist. I don't think when I start talking to people, I'm the average type of therapist. I think they expect more of the professional button-up type of therapist, and that's okay. Shout out to those therapists. We need those types of therapists doing their thing. But every now and then, somebody like me will come along who's a little extra cool, a little extra down to earth. You feel me? You know, I come from a certain place where, you know, you develop a certain vernacular, you develop a certain way of thinking, a certain way of talking, you know. And a lot of times when I work in like an urban environment, at an urban area, urban nursing home in urban environment, which I did not too long ago, I will encounter some, let's call them former thugs. They're not thugs anymore. They're now former thugs. And what happens a lot of times, we'll get to talking, we'll get to vibing, and they'll begin oversharing. What do I mean oversharing? I mean sharing information with me that I didn't solicit, that I didn't ask for. Sharing information with me that I didn't ask for. It's just in the nature of the conversation, the nature of the vibe. You know, they start going into their past things that they used to do. Their previous proclivities, or whatever you want to call them, the things that they used to do, ripping and running the streets, the way they got down. They'll go, always got stories. I had one guy not too long ago, he was in the box and he was telling me about a few fights he had in the streets and the stuff he used to do, the drugs he used to do, the stuff he used to do, you know, outside in the streets. And I actually appreciate this kind of talk. I get this kind of talk a lot when I meet these types of people. It's kind of like they feel like they, you know, need to share this with me, especially if I tell them where I'm from, where I grew up at. And I appreciate it. You know why I appreciate it? Because it's a lesson. Y'all know I like to learn. You know I love to learn. If you go a day without learning something new, you have wasted a day. That's how I feel. So I like to learn something new every day. But the part that I like is when I hear you talk about the drugs you used to do, the things you used to put in your body, do to your body, the things, you know, you used to do out in the streets, the alcohol, the beers you used to drink. While you're telling me this story, I'm getting a visual. What is my visual? Well, I'm actually getting a visual of the aftermath of that. And I don't think and I don't think the average person sees it like that, but I usually get a visual of the aftermath. What is the aftermath? The aftermath is you. You are the aftermath, okay? You are the aftermath of a lifestyle lived like that, chosen and choices made, and a lifestyle lived that specific way. You feel me what I'm saying? Ripping, running the streets, violence, jail, committing crimes, intoxication, heavy drugs, like heavy drugs. I get to witness the aftermath of that, okay? What does the aftermath typically look like? The aftermath typically has diseases like COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, congestive heart failure, missing limbs, legs amputated, fingers missing, toes missing, diabetes, high blood sugar, chronic pain, sores, wounds. I usually get to just look at this visual. I get this visual. This visual will be sitting in front of me, or probably sitting, because they're in the wheelchair, sitting in front of me, sharing these stories and laughing while they saying it, laughing while they telling me the stories of what they used to do. And by all means, y'all, I'm not judging. I am not judging. I'm not casting any disparaging remarks on these people. I'm not making any judgments on these people. I'm actually listening, but I'm also learning. I'm learning that type of lifestyle leads to this, what I'm looking at. And typically what I'm looking at in that chair, in that wheelchair, is a young age. You feel me? It's a young age. So I'm glad that they overshare. Because I get to learn, what that type of lifestyle looks like later on. And it's like I said, it's a learning experience. Somebody say it's a cautionary tale. Yeah, it's a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale. I had somebody just telling me way too much information. I had to I in his room working with him. This was a few weeks ago. In his room working with him, and he's oversharing, okay? Like way over the top, way oversharing. I had to actually close the door because I didn't want anybody else in the hallway to hear the stories and things that he's telling me. You feel me? So that happens a lot. And like I said, the picture that I'm looking at is the aftermath of that lifestyle. And the aftermath of that lifestyle is usually not a good look. But it's funny because at this moment, they'll get the switch will go off. The switch will go off. It's like the wake up call. It's like I gotta do better. It's always like that. I gotta do better now. And I hope it's not just talk. I truly hope it's not just talk. Unfortunately, I believe a lot of times it is just talk. But the switch will go off. Oh man, I'm doing better from here on out. I almost lost my life. I got this to live for. I got my wife at home. I got kids. I got grandkids now. I'm a granddad or a grandmother now. I got this to look forward to. I'm not doing that stuff no more. I don't do none of that. I'm trying to make the right choices. I want to start a business now. I got this idea with my friends. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I want to go here and I want to go there. I want to travel here. There's so much stuff I ain't do yet I want to do. I'm done with that lifestyle. I get that a lot. Physical therapy. Yes, I'm physical therapy. I'm not a psychiatrist, a psychologist. I'm physical therapy. You feel me? But I get these stories. I get these confessionals. I don't know what you want to call them. I get them a lot. And I think, like I said, it's because I'm a cool guy. I will listen. So I'm glad that the former thugs, I'm glad that they like to overshare, because you're sharing lessons, okay? You are sharing wisdom that you don't even know you're sharing. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? You're sharing wisdom that you don't even know you're sharing. So, That's my lesson for the day, y'all. When the former thugs overshare, I sit back and I humbly listen. Humbly. Because I know I'm going to learn something. Whew. And anyway, y'all, it's your boy, One Physical Therapist Assistant. I am tired. I need a break. Oh, tomorrow's Monday. I get a break on Monday. I get a break on Monday. I'm thinking about going down to the beaches, man. I might do a little vlogging down there. Not sure what the topic's going to be, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. So as always, y'all, it's your boy, One Physical Therapist Assistant. As always, please respect your elders. Respect your elders. Be safe. Be safe. Please be safe. Take care of your health. Stay active. Soak up this sun in the summer. Do good deeds. Help people out whenever you get a chance. And I will holler at y'all in the next video.